The word dharma is often misunderstood as religion, but religion typically conveys the idea of faith, and faith may change. One may have faith in a particular religion like Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, etc., but a Hindu may change his faith to become a Muslim, or a Muslim may change his faith to become a Christian, and so on. But dharma means that which cannot be changed. For instance, liquidity cannot be taken from water, heat cannot be taken from fire, sweetness cannot be taken from sugar, etc. Similarly, everyone in this world, male, female, young, old, black, white, it doesn't matter who they are all ultimately spirit souls, and that soul has a property which is intrinsic and cannot be changed or taken from it. Dharma or Sanatana Dharma refers to that intrinsic constitutional nature of the soul. It is not sectarian, nor some kind of faith, nor limited by any boundaries. So what is that intrinsic nature of the soul? If we look around the world, a father serves his family serves him, mother serves the child, wife and husband serve each other, a friend serves another friend, we serve our pets and pets serve us. The public serve a politician by votes, the politician serves the public when in office. In this way, we can see that no living being is exempt from rendering service to other living beings, and therefore we can safely conclude that service is the constant nature of the living being, and therefore the rendering of service is the eternal religion or the Sanatana Dharma of the living entity. But currently, this service spirit is being misdirected because of our ignorance. Even though externally we are serving someone, we are actually serving our own senses. And when there is disturbance in sense gratification, we give up that service, and we see in the world many relations end in this way. Whether it is husband-wife, boss-employee, friend and friend, brother and brother, they all break the moment there is disturbance in our sense gratification. When Sanatana Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the constitutional position of the living being, he replied that it is the rendering of service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Factually, we are eternally related to the Supreme Lord in service. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme Enjoyer, and we living entities are His servitors. Just like a father begets children for extending his enjoyment of family life, we spirit souls are children of God, created for expanding His enjoyment. And if we participate in that eternal enjoyment with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we become happy. It is not possible to become happy by chasing sense gratification and ignoring the loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chasing sense gratification is like an animal chasing water in mirage. It eventually leads to dissatisfaction, frustration, misery, and death. Serving God is our constitutional position. Just like the constitutional position of all the limbs of the body is to serve the stomach by feeding the stomach, if the limbs don't serve the stomach, the whole body becomes weakened. Similarly, it is not possible for the living entity to be actually happy without rendering transcendental loving service unto the Supreme Lord. To perfect one's life, one simply needs to redirect this service spirit towards God. Instead of serving someone in the material world, which is only a masked or extended sense gratification, one can serve Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This process, transforming one's service from persons and objects in the material world to the service of Krishna, is the art of Krishna Consciousness or Sanatana Dharma. Does this mean we shouldn't serve anyone else in this world except God? No. All our duties and services towards our family, society, country, etc. must be carried out as service given to us by God, keeping God in the center. Only then we can have a perfect family, society, country, and the world. Even though Krishna consciousness is non-sectarian, people sometimes mistake it to be sectarian, like any other religion. The name Krishna should not be mistaken to belong to only Hindus. If there is any name that is perfect for God, that is Krishna, which basically means all attractive. God must be attractive to everyone, otherwise He is not God. He is God not only to Hindus, but to every living entity of this world. Because Krishna is intimately related to all living entities, people from all over the world, irrespective of their background, nation, culture, language, gender, are taking to Krishna consciousness when they hear and chant about Krishna, which awakens their dormant love of Krishna in their hearts, which they had forgotten because of bodily consciousness of many births in this material world. The next question is, what are the activities of this Sanatana Dharma? Activities of the nature of Sanatana Dharma is not subject to someone's speculation or mental concoction. Just like no one can manufacture one's own law of the state, the law is established by the government and everyone must abide by it. The true principles and activities of Sanatana Dharma can only be laid down by the Lord Himself. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita clearly provides what is the Dharma that everyone should follow. That is, to give up all varieties of concocted and manufactured dharmas and surrendering to Him alone, which means to follow His instructions and serve Him. This is done by approaching a bona fide spiritual master, a pure representative of Krishna. That is the real Dharma of all living entities, which makes them completely satisfied, peaceful, and happy. Hare Krishna.